everyone, I'm Liana with Music Academy International, and guess what? It's October and we're getting ready for Christmas. Yes, even though Christmas in December, we do know that, in order to be ready, we need to start about right now, mid-October, to have 1, 2 or 3 pieces, songs, Christmas songs ready to be performed on Christmas Day and Christmas season in December, okay? So I did prepare for you today the famous Silent Night. Is from this book again, Christmas Big Time Piano, arranged by Faber and Faber. I love this song and it's easy to play. I don't think it's quite an intermediate level, even though it's level 4 intermediate. I will explain. So you should be an early intermediate level with basic knowledge, of course. This is the tutorials, what it's all about, with some fluidity in coordination and stuff like that. Other than that, it's nothing that hard, okay? So let's get started. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna play it all the way through it to see if you like it, and if you like it, then I'm gonna explain it. So let's see what it's all about. So this beautiful Silent Night. And then goes. Did you like it? So if you like it, let's get started. I'm gonna go straight into the measure number 5. That would be, I'm gonna skip the intro just because I'm gonna go to the end with the intro, and let's get started straight into the subject, right? Into the song. And what I'm starting with is the left hand. Once you're getting the left hand going, believe me, the right hand to put it on, it's really, really easy. So the left hand goes in this pattern. The song Silent Night is in 3 counts in the measure, 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, and we're gonna have this pattern. If you learn this pattern, you are practically done with the entire song. So we're gonna have this pattern over and over and over. This is the one that you need to practice for. Depends on your skill again. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, a week. I don't think more than a week, but that it needs to be practiced on the left hand in order the right hand to come easy and smooth and nice. This is the pattern. So let's go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and that's it. 2 measures pattern. That's it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and obviously right now I'm gonna explain. C, G, and then second count A, G, and then you go to the top C, and you go down 2, and then G, A, G, 2 more times. So first is C, G, 2 times, A, G, higher C, G, A, G, and repeat. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and you got it? The second pattern that it's even easier is gonna be B, G, B, G, B, G. That's it. Again, I'm gonna go B, G, B, G, 9 and 10. Again, D, G, 2 and 3 and back to the first pattern. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and second pattern, D, G, B, G is one measure, and then back to the first pattern. Yes, and C, G, A, G, second pattern. Again, I'm going to play second pattern 2 times, that first time, second time, 2 and 3 and first pattern, and that's how you're going to speed it up. And second pattern, D, G, B, G, B, G, 2 times, and first pattern. Yes, and 2 and 3 and second pattern coming 2 times, second time, and then this is gonna be your work. So I do encourage you to stop the video and practice for a bit. I don't know how much is that bit, but that's the main work that the left hand is doing. All the rest, we have a couple of measures here and there, actually only 2 measures. It's left, out of the entire piece. But this is really, really important. So pause the video and then come back and let's work on the right hand. So now that you paused and you practice, let's do the right hand. Right hand is really, really easy. Probably by now you did play this song on a different version that is an easier one. There are so many easier ones, like just 3 fingers, all 5 fingers, that, you know, or you know, all this, you know, all kind of versions. This one it's more flowing, and that's why I like it, and it's not as hard. So right hand goes like that. So you're starting with a third, E and G, and then go back to A, G, and then to E 2 times. Silent night, 2, 3. Holy night, 2 times, right? Again, I'm playing Island night, 2, 3. Holy night, 2, 3. Now you move your hand to F and D. Alright? F and D. Repeat the D and F and B. Hopefully you are reading the notes as well, but I'm giving you direction anyhow, so you can move ahead even if you're not as good as reading, right? I hope you can follow me right now. I'm on measure number 9 and 10. The all is calm. So F remains the same for the entire time. And right now, from this position, you go into E and G. Repeat the top on the C and back to the E and G. So you have all it's calm, 2, 3. All it's bright. Easy until here? Okay, so you have just this pattern, and F and B go down, E and C, C and E and G. That's all. Alright, so right now I would suggest you to practice again the left hand before we put it together. This pattern is gonna go 2 times in the measures. That would be the second time. This pattern is gonna be 2 times. That is 1 measure pattern, 2 times, and then back to the other one more time. Alright? So the sequence goes. First pattern, first time. First pattern, second time. Coming up, second pattern, first time. Second time, second pattern. Back to the first pattern, 1 time. Alright, so right now the most important important thing, how we're going to put it together. On the right hand, you have a dotted quarter note that would stay for one count and one half. So considering that on the left hand, you do have 8 notes. So after E and G, the A comes on the 4th note of the left hand. So that I will explain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say, can you see here? On the left hand, I have, on the first measure, I have 6 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the right hand, I have E and G that goes one count and a half. That means 3 notes on the left hand, an A, and then a G again. So this goes on the 4th note, this goes on the 5th note, that would be the 3rd count. Let's go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and okay, I'm gonna go again slower and then I'm gonna move on. So if you remember, my important rule is go slow, because whatever I played is the same thing as this. Right? It's like, oh my God, that's so different than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second pattern on the left hand, next 2 measures. That the second pattern is this one. On the right hand, you have F and D, and then B, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is no-brainer, goes exactly. The second note goes on the count number 3, and then you hit count number 1 again. So the most important is your coordination. The 2 and 3 and 1, and you got it? Okay. Before I go further, I'm gonna repeat again what we did very, very slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess what I'm gonna say today? Pause the video and practice, right? But pause it right here and come back tomorrow. Make sure that everything is in place. Make sure that you do remember everything. Replay it. And before you go to the next section, please pause it. Pause. And moving on the measure number 13, 14, that is actually we are in F position on the right hand. In these thirds, F and A. Easy. And then 3 and 5. Next, 2 and 4. And F and A back. Alright? On the left hand, you can do anything you want. I'm going to show you 2 ways. But this is really wavy and nice. So if you can do this, it's nice. You have C, F, G, A. So you go C, and then you stretch to the F, and you go F, G, A. And it's just one single move. C, F, G, A. You see I'm going C, F, G, A. 2 times. So both measures are exactly the same of the left hand. But right now with the coordination, I'm gonna show you how it goes. Right hand starts, left hand finds, and then on the last note, they're together. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Right again starts, and 2 and 3. Right? So the second measure that we were talking about, we having, right? you match it with the left hand on the last two notes of this pattern, C, F, G, A, so that means G, A, G, A, so A, match 1 and 2 and 3, very easy coordination, I'm repeating, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. These two measures, they're gonna come up again in the, I'm gonna go measure number 15, 16, and then these two measures, that is measure number 13, 14, it will come back into the measure 15, 17, 18. So do practice this one. Obviously, pause the video, right? Practice a little bit. I don't think it takes that much to do it, but ask me comments if I did it too slow or enough slow for you. And definitely match it with the first part, right? So I'm playing whatever I'm having by now and then move it next. Obviously, I have the pedal on. That comes up every single measure. The next one is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So the left hand comes back to the same first pattern that we learned. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. By now it's supposed to go really fast on the left hand. Right hand you have mother and child, G and G with a matching third, G and G, okay? So the left hand goes again the same pattern like before, and we matching both of them on the first note. We having 1 count and a half. That means a quarter note, and it's a dotted quarter note. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Exactly the same. It's the first measure that we learned. 1 and 2. Silent night. And here it's the same thing. Obviously, I can move on, right? You don't need to practice that too much. We're moving on because it's a repeat. What I said before. And repeat again. Easy, right? Easy, you got it, right? So now we're having one more 4 measures, new 4 measures. Actually, there are 6 measures, but they're very easy, the last 2. The left hand, it will have, so just to get it done, the 2 times the second pattern, 2 times, 2, 3, and then 1 more time, the first pattern. And then you stop on C, right? And on the right hand, you have sleep in heavenly peace. It's supposed to be really high. Sleep in heavenly peace. It's a little high for me. Okay, so let's go. So if you have F and D, 2 counts, you switch D with number 3, and then you just exactly where you at, you just go into the 5th. Well, it's a diminished 5th, but it's still a 5th. B and F, F, D, B, and then come back. You see, it's a B, B diminished, F, D, B, and then again you move your hand E and C like the C chord, and then G and E, same like a C chord, inverted, right? E and C, and then G and E. So I'm repeating. F and D, switch with number 3, drop on the 5th, come back on the B, exactly this chord, and then EMC with G and E, right? The matching on the left hand, let's do it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and I play the entire thing. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and so I'm gonna stay a little bit longer on the first these two measures that are the measures number 21 and 22. So let's go. 1 and 2 and 3 and so right now it's again a dotted note, a quarter note dotted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3 and go. So you go 3 notes on the left hand before the right hand comes. 1, 2, 3 and go. Got it? Alright. 1, sorry. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3 and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and full. Right, you need to pause here, right? We're having 2 more measures and we're done and we're done and we're done. Okay, so here we are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3 if you want, but not necessary. So we're having the C chord going down, E and G. You already are on the C on the left hand from the pattern. So you already are here. So the right hand goes E and C, G, E with this fingering. 1 and 5, 3, 2, because right now you're gonna go into a G7. Alright? B and G, F, E, and the song is done. Yay! And then in the part 2, I will do a part 2 just with the intro and through with the ending part, and then we will explain a little bit of dynamics, okay? So let's go pretty fast. Second time. Sorry, I was late. Beautiful song. For watching. Do look, I'm gonna put a link into the below for the part 2. Please come back again, like, subscribe, tell me your comments, ask me questions, and have a beautiful practice, right? Yay!